And they came back, and one of the girls has a fucking washishu fucking thermos. And I was like, I know that place. And she's like, you know this place? I was like, yeah. And she goes, there was a casino and a gas station. I'm like, yeah, they do that. Yeah.
No, you don't say.
She was from Belgium, I think.
It is. I guess it is kind of a culture shock when you get to Nevada and you're just like, oh,
Casino.
this AM/PM also has 6 slot machines in it. That's weird.
No different than landing at one of the Nevada airports.
Yeah, but it's the airport. I expected the airport. The
yeah,
airport is supposed to
it is
provide
like-
me a taste
you
of
walk
everything that the state offers.
You walk into the grocery store, and there's 12 slot machines in the front.
Yeah, and you're just like,
You just say, "Oh, I'm home."
what's going on here?
It is a
And
little
they're not,
bit.
They're not good slot machines either, for the record.
No.
It's
No.
like it's Buffalo, and
It's not even Buffalo. It's like the old school like turn reels in some of them.
Some
Oh,
of
I
them have
know.
turn wheels, but like
Oh, you're talking about the airport.
the airport has that. The what's it called? That 7-Eleven Chevron Porta Subs in the middle of Reno has like 6 of those janky old school Da Vinci Diamonds machines in it. And you're like, okay. I mean,
You know, if this was a quarter machine, I could have this.
like there's no player's card.
Start
There's
diving.
there's no nothing. Like it's not fair. Like what's the point of that?
You're just winning the money off that machine.
But you're not winning any money because it's a gas station slot machine. What's the pay return on that bitch? It's the same as in a casino. It's like 13%.
I think it's worse.
Oh, no. 13 was the highest you could turn those old machines to.
Well,
So
Okay.
yeah.
It's only the new machines that have gone up to 16. Because there's no market for anything more than 13.
right.
13
Right.
is so tight. It doesn't sound like it, but it's so tight.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought it was tighter because it's a gas
No,
station.
dude, most local market casinos are at like 5.5.
Oh,
Okay.
so they actually probably pay pretty decently.
I mean,
At 13, no.
our buddy Dave works at Smith's in that slot little
Right.
area.
When are we going to get Dave up here?
Convincing is hard because
Because he's be on YouTube. We need to put that
'Cause
voice
the
thing
drum-
on his from his
he
mouth.
doesn't want to cover his voice and he doesn't want to like not be on camera, which is the part that he hates because he's like, I want to be able to smoke up there with you guys, but I can't.
Can't he just get an exception for one night?
I don't know if the Dragon Lady will.
Crazy Dragon Lady's
one
not gonna
night.
said no.
Dude, it'll be the most watched episode we ever make.
Right?
With his stories.
Grandpa Dave.
Dude, that guy's been around Nevada. That guy has seen the most ruthless parts of Nevada. Like, he's been in casino surveillance for longer than I've been alive.
He's 76. He's been in casino surveillance since he was 39, I think.
Oh, that's it? I thought it was longer than that.
No, because before that he was doing he was on ships and he was a radio host.
Okay.
Oh.
Still, that guy has so many cool Nevada stories.
Oh yeah, he knows a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Don's just the same, but he doesn't smoke, so he wouldn't be in here.
No, but Dave would. We just have to he has to get approval.
Yeah, we got. I wonder if I no.
She's got to offer a
Maybe.
hall pass. How much does she want?
I'll be like, hey. She gets mad. I can't call her grandma. I have to call her mom.
Oh my God.
And I call him Grandpa Dave, so she's like, that makes me feel old. I'm like, hey, you did it.
So what you're saying is that not only is the basement full of crazy things, so is the attic.
All right.
Correct.
Because she just collects tons of stuff.
Casey, did you bring us in already?
We are live in charge, my man.
All right, Daily Torch. Here we go. Whiskey games, nonsense. Fucking who knows? Hey, the president's coming tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's going to get lost.
No, he's not. He's going
he's not
straight from.
trying to-
He's probably landing in Reno. They're taking him straight to the Hyatt. It was either going to be the Hyatt or Edgewood. Those are the only two options, unless he's staying at a massive private residence.
So they're taking him to the Hyatt and
Yes.
not the Edgewood would have been a better place.
No, I know he's gonna. I can even tell you what cottage he's staying at the Hyatt. I guarantee it. So there's one. So the Hyatt has all those. Like there's a Hyatt, the hotel in Incline Village, right?
Yes.
And then there's Hyatt, the really high end cottages down on the water.
Yeah.
And there's one that's like 6 bedrooms, all the way. It's on the western side of the complex. So if you're looking from the lake, it's all the way to the left on the shore. and it's the same one all the VPs for the corporation stay at when they come up.
Okay, so
That is 100% where he's staying because it's isolated, and they've probably rented out the other 2 condos around him for Secret Service.
I could believe that, and he'll probably have 2 or 3 TAC teams around the building.
Yeah, like it's completely cordoned off. You can isolate it.
Yeah.
It's got its own little section of beach, which is really only like it'd be easy to block off, like just for security purposes. That's the one he's staying at.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like, listen, the cottages on the beach, the Hyatt are fantastic.
I've been in them once.
Do we know why he's coming up? Is this a vacation or is
It's
this
vacation. He should probably be doing other things, especially what's going on in Hawaii right now. He's going to take a lot of shit for that.
No, he said
yes,
he
he
wasn't
should.
going to go until.
Which, if he'd said that
Like a week ago.
a week ago, he'd be okay.
Yeah.
But keeping his mouth shut for
Yeah.
a week and then
Yeah,
saying,
that's-
"Well, I'm waiting for this," after everyone is like, "Well, he could at least say that he's waiting for him to not be in the way."
I've been in the way of
And
some
then-
natural disasters.
And then he comes
before.
out and just says what everyone on the media has been telling him he should have said. It's a little bit contrived, right?
Well, he didn't know the week had gone by.
That's true. Perception of time might be a little off at this
What
point.
What do you mean it's Tuesday? What? It was just Sunday. What?
And he was just on vacation like 5 days ago.
Where?
I don't know, somewhere in the
David?
somewhere in the Northeast. No, he was on the beach in the Northeast. Now he's coming to a beach on a lake. Apparently, he's like
Just go to
beaches.
Camp David.
I mean, it's a nicer beach.
Like, come on. Camp David has everything you need.
They have sharks in the Northeast now.
Oh,
Right,
yeah?
Where?
They've been having shark attacks.
Oh, yeah. It started getting worse. Because so
What?
there's some orcas that have been driving the killer whale, great whites off their normal area. So killer whales will go after great whites and just kill them, and they're terrified of the killer whales.
Yeah, but no, they've been moving into the Northeast.
Have you seen that video of the boat just hauling ass? It's got like huge wakes off the back end, and it's like, watch the video now, and you're like, why? What's going on? And these 2 killer whales just are like dolphins. They're just jumping up out of the water off the huge wakes. You're like, holy shit, that's a big fucking whale.
Well, I mean, they've been looking at them, and they're starting to try and tip boats over just for fun.
Yeah, but I think that's up off like the coast of Washington, Alaska.
It's
I think
out there, yeah.
Whole different ocean.
Yeah, because that's
called-
boring. That's boring ocean.
Right? They've gone from launching seals out of the water 26 feet up to hitting boats.
There were some of it. Look, that's launching seals out of the water is like cornhole for them.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, this is like probably some kind of weird cow tipping thing with boats.
Like,
They're just like, let's hit that one, see if we can get a tip over.
I know my spirit animal is a wolf. That's what I learned.
How did you
But-
learn this? How did
Wait
you
a
learn
minute,
this?
was there
No,
some-
you
was-
can't just leave that out there.
Was there
I-
some peyote
I
and
was-
a
I was-
sweat shack involved? Or
Actually, yes. When I was a kid in Arizona, I had the same repeating dream over. So she took me to a sweat tent.
Oh.
My
And you-
grandmother on my donor side, and there was peyote,
Okay.
and there was a lot of sweat, and then there was just fever dreams at that point. But I learned my spirit animal was a wolf.
A wolf, you say?
But my personality matches up with the killer whale entirely. I'm like, I would fuck with people so much if I was a killer whale. Oh, look, it's beautiful. Boom.
Oh my
Yeah, my boat.
I'm gonna take that. Thank you. All right. Anyone know what our whiskeys are?
Something, and BEP.
Oh yeah, so the Maker's BEP is in here. Rebel 10 single barrel, which I've never had.
Okay.
The
Is it
Lars, never had it.
Well, haven't you tried any of these?
Not yet. I haven't
No,
tasted it.
okay. I thought you tasted one yet.
No.
Oh, okay.
The Larceny 523, which is about to be the old Larceny because they're about to release 923.
How many of these damn larcenies are there?
3 year.
Okay.
A123, B523, C923 this year. And then 23 will become 24 next year.
So the last 2 numbers are the year, and then is
Yeah.
the first number of the month then?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So-
then the letter is just, I don't know, the number
Arbitrary.
of release that year.
Okay.
Why you need that and the month, I don't know. Because you can just order the month. It seems a bit redundant every time I look at it. Like, just call it 523 or 923,
Different
Yeah.
batches. I don't know.
something. Anyway, and the Old Elk Double Wheat. Keep bringing it back because why not? It was that of the Woodford Batch Proof, and that didn't seem fair for this group. Maybe it was.
Because these are all hitters.
These are all
Well-
bangers. That's right.
Are they though?
I don't know. I haven't
Do
tried
you
them
even
yet.
know?
I-
I've only had 2 of them.
I've had one.
I have one that I remember and then one that I don't remember. So
Okay.
yeah,
Which one don't you remember that you had?
the one that's not the Maker's Mark.
The larceny?
You haven't had the larceny. I haven't brought it in yet.
No,
Oh.
the
Rebel? Old Elk.
Double wheat. You have had the old.
yeah,
one.
I've had I just don't remember what it tastes like.
Yeah. I think they're all wheaters. Pretty sure.
All right.
Who knows at this
Wheaty.
point? I put no research into this week at all. I just grabbed shit and I was like, yeah, it looks good.
This should work
We're
together.
doing what we always do. We're gonna put some random shit up against some other random shit, and we're gonna see what tastes better.
That's right.
with a couple blown out pallets.
And we're gonna give it some score. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is my
smoke
4th cigar night.
cigars.
This is a smoke night. What are you gonna do?
Smoke
Exactly.
cigars and drink bourbon.
I mean, what else can you do in a smoke shop?
What is that?
Here's my problem: is after I smoke this many cigars, like the grain is the most predominant note.
There's a
None of the-
holiday I do not like.
None of the like nuanced flavors. The spice goes away. It's just grain and sweetness, and they all taste the same.
Oh, that's good.
A, B, C.
C, I like the smell on C.
Okay,
And D. A has a funk I don't like.
really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
There's a lot of baking spice in A. I don't know if you've tried it yet, Casey.
No, I haven't tried it. I don't know if baking spice is what I get out of that. It's like a,
Off the smell, no. Off the taste,
off the smell, it's like something's burnt.
An A?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of tickles the nose.
I got nothing. It's you know what? So far, I haven't had one I didn't like, so
Fair.
they're good.
that is true.
So the president's coming to Tahoe.
To take a vacation.
I'm honestly glad he's not coming to South Shore.
I'm glad we've never revamped the airport so that they can land 747s.
Oh yeah.
Let's be fair. That's the real gem of Tahoe, is they never approved the 747 extension
Yeah.
because then Air Force One would have flown directly into town, and the whole town would have to deal with the Secret Service parading themselves up and down the main street, completely destroying traffic.
Have you ever been like on the road when one of those came through?
But a convoy?
I was in Santa Barbara when Biden came through as the vice president. And watching him shut down intersections and freeway on-ramps is actually pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie.
No, that's fair.
Why do they just swerve
That's
into
real.
it?
No. It's so there's a whole massive convoy, right? There's motorcycles, there's cars, and they come in. So the motorcycles come in first, and they basically throw themselves in the middle of on-ramps and shit, and like intersections. And then the cars come through and they create walls. And then the presidential motorcade comes through. And he's got all the same cars behind him that just closed off in front of him. And as those cars all pull out and pull up, the cars that were behind him are moving into the front of the motorcade. So they just rotate positions.
Oh,
It's impressive.
It's a very well orchestrated machine.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I would like to see that.
I'm not going to.
You can Google most of like motorcade coming through and stuff like that.
You better hope they're not doing that when you're supposed to be coming up here, Casey.
Well, he's not going to. They're going to come up Mount Rose.
Oh, they're going.
Yeah,
Mount Rose?
conveniently they're
They're going to
Mount
go
Rose.
if he's staying at Incline.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to land at Reno, and they're going to drive straight up to Incline Village. If he was coming here, they'd land him at Minden.
No,
They have.
Yeah, they did last time.
just don't want them to.
I know, but that's where Trump landed when he did that,
Oh yeah.
whatever it was,
It was a
and that's where Obama landed when he came.
yeah. Those were both conventions, I think.
Do
I
they
don't know where
always come up here?
Clinton landed. What's that?
So do they always come up here?
No, so Clinton did, Obama did, Bush didn't, Trump didn't. But Trump used to come to Celebrity Golf before he was ever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but he never came as president. And then now Biden's coming.
I thought he came up a couple years ago as president.
Trump?
Yeah.
No, he went to.
No.
He stayed in Carson and Minden.
During the primaries, he
Yeah.
came up as a primary candidate, but he didn't stay for
That's
much
right.
longer.
Wasn't that in 2017 or something like that?
Yeah, 2017, 2018. It was right before we had that big hospital shootout.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Hospital shootout.
Yeah.
Here?
Not up here. No. It was where was it? It was close by.
All right.
I forget which hospital.
I don't know.
It was a long time ago. My brain fails me at the date.
Trump's Minden visit was for the 2020 race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the owner of the casino went. He took some of our VIPs. All very conservative folk.
Of course. My
He was
Oh,
the owner was actually part of the Adam Laxalt campaign.
Oh God.
my mom and dad went to his meet out there in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got some video. There was a ton of people. And it was like just a giant wall of just massive amounts of people.
Casey's clearly unimpressed.
I feel like that's C. Was that C?
Oh God, that was A. Oh,
I
that is
liked
not.
A. C had a weird flavor
That is
for
not
me.
good. That is.
seated.
So what? What did you pick up on A?
Oh, it's like.
Man, we missed your camera.
Oh man.
Would have been great.
Honestly, it's like burnt popcorn.
In A?
Yeah.
Burnt popcorn, huh?
Yeah.
You said you
like
were smelling something burnt
Burnt popcorn.
with a lot of spice.
It was not good. There was no spice at all. It was just. It was. Oh man. I don't know what that is, but it did not. It did not agree with my palate at all.
I don't know. Honestly, the only one that stands out with different flavors right now is C for me.
Really?
Yeah. I should start
Yes,
grading.
C does. But I didn't care for the flavor of C.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'd pick it out of this group.
Okay. Honestly, I think they're all going to get the same palate score. All right, I'm just going to start and go work my way down for grades on all of them.
Okay.
What else is going on, guys? F1's coming back next week.
F1 next week. Thank God. These Sundays have been rough, dude. And the Saturdays where I can't watch practice. I really enjoy watching practice.
Not having anything is hard.
I mean, thankfully, this is the start now of the good scheduled preseason football. Like, there's 4 games on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, now I have something to watch. It's not baseball. But yeah, no, F1 needs to come back ASAP. Especially now because we're counting down the days for Vegas. And I'm really excited for Vegas.
When's Vegas one supposed to be?
November.
November. Oh, yeah.
Third weekend in November. Saturday night. Because it's not even a day race, it's a Saturday night race. But the paddock's finished, just about to 80%. I think right now they said they finished all of the road construction that they're going to do until October. So they're holding off on the last little bits
Okay.
so that people don't get pissed off any more than they already are. Apparently, it's been really bad from what I heard. Like, the traffic has been absolutely terrible in Vegas.
I mean, it's usually terrible.
Just like a joke. It's a straight up joke. Because, you know, some of those 3-laners, I guess they have, right? It's 3 lanes on each side.
Yeah.
Like, they've shut down all 3 lanes on one side and converted the other side to just like one way each direction to get this stuff done.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure it's a mess.
Yeah, and I guess the testing, so they have to test the asphalt at certain junctures to make sure it's still compatible. And I guess some of the sections failed, so they had to be repaved over again, like big sections had to be repaved again.
That's annoying.
And so neighborhoods that thought they were done all of a sudden had trucks show back up and completely remove all of the messed up material to start again. So that's, I mean, it's rough. And then, you know, talk about rough. They're apparently the Q3 review came out for Disney.
Oh, they tanked.
And it's bad. Like, they're So they did the smart thing. They fired all those people, right? Like all those expensive paychecks they were paying off for people, and they went through that big cleanse. The cleanse made it so that instead of losing 5.5 million or something like that, they ended up saving the money, and then I guess that was their only positive, was that they cut enough jobs to save money in certain departments, but everything else has been at a complete negative. And it sounds like they might cancel completely Discovery Plus or Disney Plus.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, like cancel.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Because, well, there's a rumor that Apple's trying to buy the material. So whatever they have in their library of collections,
Go to Apple TV.
Apple might end up purchasing and being the sole owner of basically Obra. And because they're raising the subscription prices, right? And that lost them another 10 million subscribers. They're trying to do the crackdown on the password thing that Netflix is doing, but their approach was a joke, and that pissed off people. And now they're switching over to the, if you're on the bottom tier, you're going to have ads, and they're forcing you to pay higher up. But we're losing content, so people are like, I'm not paying for, like, the nostalgia to having Disney Plus was you had every Disney movie you wanted in the vault, right? You could watch anything. You watch Cinderella and Snow White for your kids, and then, you know, whatever movies Disney owned, you could watch if you chose to. But as of the last 2 months, they've removed at least 50 plus titles from the library.
Really?
They just disappeared. No answers to what happened. No explanation. Like, there's no new licenses that came up. They just were removed. And so everyone's going, well, what the fuck are we paying for then? Because Ahsoka's coming out soon, next week.
Yeah.
And there's two sides to that court, right? There's the, oh, this is going to be cool. It's going to blah, blah, blah. And then there's the other side of the court that says this is going to be completely ruin Star Wars again.
Yeah.
And you know, if they lose Star Wars again, like, how do you fail owning one of the most popular franchises in the world is the question everyone starts to ask. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Are we entirely sure that George Lucas doesn't have the right of first refusal on the Star Wars material, on the Lucasfilm stuff?
I mean, he did at one point, I think. Right? Didn't he have full, complete creative and target acceleration?
No. I mean, like, if they decide to sell it, are we entirely sure they don't have to offer it to him first?
Oh, I got you. If you were to sell it, I think someone would pick it up real quick.
Well, no, but you say that the rumor is that Apple's going to buy it.
Yes.
Are we even sure that Apple can buy the Lucasfilm stuff?
Oh, I feel like he gave up his rights the second time.
You don't think
That
he
they
put like a
sold.
stipulation in it?
I bet you there's some shady contract deal that says he can't. There's got to be.
I would be surprised if he didn't have the right of first refusal to buy it back if they put it up for sale.
Okay. But then that just saves Star Wars, though. That doesn't, I mean, I know you don't care about the Marvel stuff, but
No, because it's all terrible.
yeah, so,
It's not all terrible, but it's been terrible for a long time.
yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's not their greatest work for sure.
No, there's like 5 Marvel movies I like,
Yeah.
and the rest I think are junk.
No, that's understandable completely. But still, I mean, if that's for the position they're in, that's crazy, I think. You know, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a struggle.
But we'll just have to wait and
They
see.
will
I
have
mean, if they
clearly
piecemeal it
expanded
out,
too fast.
I think you're right. I think they did. I think they were like, oh, we're too big to fail, which, you know,
Yeah, and they underestimated their audience and their willingness to accept their ideology.
yeah.
Whatever you think of their ideology, I don't think it's arguable that the ideology that Disney is pushing is real. Like, it's clearly what they think. And they underestimated the value of the previous audience. Don't you think? Like the people that were fans of those products
Oh,
before Disney started doing what it's doing now.
like the first generation fans.
Yeah, like
Even then, like, I'm not first generation. I'm more second generation, and
Well,
I
like
still can't.
Star Wars prequels, Iron Man. Is it Iron Man 2 that's okay and Iron Man 3 is terrible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2, the original Thor, the original Captain America, like the first gen Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
It was all pretty good.
Yeah.
And then they did a couple things. With Marvel, I think they did two things wrong. First, they started pushing their ideology.
Yep.
Second, they combined their ideology with the Superman problem with Captain Marvel. Right? And that there's
Yes.
just, when you have an all-powerful group of heroes, there's no story.
Yeah.
It's the Superman problem.
Yeah.
What makes that story interesting? Let me tell you, absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's the same as all the other stories.
There's no challenge.
Yeah.
There's no hurdles.
No, I get that. Because what's the most interesting story with Superman? And that's when that one dude shoots him with the kryptonite bullet, and it's slowly like killing him, but he can't. Nobody can cut into him to
Yeah.
get the bullet out. And then it turns out that's because that was Batman's idea, and then you're just like, because Batman's cooler.
Of course, he didn't he have a scalpel made out of that?
Yeah. So the spoiler alert if you've never seen that. Yes, the solution was to create a scalpel also made out of kryptonite, so that you could cut into Superman to remove the kryptonite bullet out of Superman that you then put in Superman. And then he was like, "Oh, what happened? Who did that?" And you're like, that was my idea in case he went terribly rogue. Was to just shoot you with a kryptonite bullet.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I like Batman for that because he always has a contingency plan.
Honestly, that's the best animated movie, I think, is the Doom, when you find out that Batman just had a whole contingency to kill every member of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Because in case they went rogue, and then they were like, "Well, what about you?" And he's like, "I had one too. It wasn't just you guys." Like, I was like, "There's nothing stopping me from fucking killing somebody and being immoral. Like, get out of here with that."
Yeah, was it his plan, the League?
No, his was you were supposed to bury him with his dead parents
Oh yeah,
and just let him deal with that.
and freak out.
Yeah. It's pretty dark. Because I was
That's really dark, but that's fitting for Batman.
yeah, that's why it worked. It was
I've
like,
liked most Batman films because there's some I haven't, but like the Tim Burton stuff,
yeah,
the Christopher Nolan stuff,
yeah.
all fantastic, and the new one was really good, slow but really good.
The Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Yes.
See, and I think it's because it actually has a story that's believable, and
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
and they
an
face real
overpowered-
challenges.
Well, yeah, it's not that it's Batman. He's not all powerful.
Like there's no this was everyone's problem with Captain Marvel, everyone's problem with Rey in the new Star Wars the sequels is they didn't do anything. Like they just were magically given powers and then they're, the story lead.
Yeah, let's cut and paste this and call it good.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's no challenges there. Nothing was overcome. There's no building of anything.
See, that's why I liked Iron Man as well, because in the first one, you start from him being a pompous asshole to him still being a pompous
Well,
asshole.
I like Iron Man because it's hilarious.
Well, he is.
Well, that's the whole story is he's always an asshole.
Yeah.
But the thing you miss out with the movies though, which I was always disappointed about, and that was just the licensing issue, is that Tony Stark is an asshole, but he's really smart, and the only person that puts him in his place is Reed Richards, because Reed Richards is technically smarter than Tony Stark, so they always fight about who's smarter, and Reed Richards usually can put Tony in his place, and it's always funny to read in the comic books, because you just know when the two of them are together that it's going to be hilarious, and that was a totally missed opportunity on Marvel's part for these movies that came out. But even then, there's still something that has to be done, right? Like in Iron Man 2, he's dying, right? Like he's not all powerful. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm dying. I'm gonna party and drink and eat donuts, and I don't care."
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" Like,
He needed
knock
help
that-
from his
knock
daddy.
that shit off. Yeah, yeah.
So there's a moral of the story with these whiskeys.
And
Not to cut. We'll go back to the Marvel thing.
yeah.
Don't drink weeders and smoke cigars.
Are you noticing the odd taste too?
Yeah. But
Okay.
I feel like
it's not just me then.
No, cigars and weeders just don't work.
There's something
Yeah,
conflicting about those two palettes.
it's a thing.
Yeah, that's a serious consumer advice.
I feel like you guys are right, but at the same time, I think that other whiskey puts this to shame as well that we had to begin with.
See, I think these would stand up without that. Because I've had two of these. Two of these?
Two of these.
Yes. 3 of these. and they're very good. But as soon as you add that in, they're like, I did not score them well.
I didn't either.
They all scored low.
Yeah.
Low.
These have been
Disappointing.
just very,
Yeah.
very. And I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad you said something.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just me. Like I was like, maybe I'm just done.
Well, I mean,
But I'm like, oh,
we know the Makers is good. We've had it before.
I think the Makers is going to be the one that probably scores the highest. I think the Makers is the one that holds out.
You think so?
So if you find one that tastes decent, it's the Makers.
I feel like it's between B and C.
Yeah. You guys
Right.
want to do the scores and get these out of the way so we can stop tasting these horrible things with the cigars? God, this is bad.
Are you gonna mix them? Let's go.
Oh, shit. There's no point.
They're not going to get any better, Kevin, and you know it.
I do. Well, those 3 that I mixed were good, and then when I added the 4th, it just
Oh gosh. Yeah, we need to be careful on that one.
Oh, no more weeders and cigars.
Yeah, that's ooh.
All right, so I gave A 71.
I don't have anything to write this down on. So will you write it down on something for me?
Oh, you didn't? No. Oh,
I'll track them. Or Casey.
yeah.
I didn't. I forgot my notebook.
So do you want me to give
Or
all
just take
numbers?
a,
or
just take
the
a picture.
total?
Just give me the totals, but tell me if there's something you really liked or disliked about one of them. Tell me, and then give me the totals, and then take a picture of your scores and text it to me so I can tally them up for that sheet.
Oh, I mean, I can do the totals for each of us on each one.
Okay.
Yeah. What was your A, Kevin?
71.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you were way higher than I was.
Well, I like A still.
Okay.
It's just the cigar does blow it out.
Lane, what did you do for
62.
62?
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
not just that it blows it out. There's an off flavor that it creates.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Right, mine for A is 35
Okay.
because that almost made me hurl.
Okay.
Like that was the worst. That burnt taste, bad.
I thought
bad
you liked
juju.
burnt popcorn.
I would eat a bowl of burnt popcorn before I drink that again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try it. I want to know what it is so I can try it tomorrow before I have a cigar.
All right,
Because I
so
want to know what that tastes like.
so my B,
'Kay.
I gave a 68.
68. All right.
Also a 68.
Oh, 68. This one's a 40 for me.
Okay.
It wasn't as
Pungent?
burnt popcorny. It was drinkable.
My C got a 72.
Okay.
74.
74. This one is a 45.
And the D got 68.
73.
73. And this one was a 40 for me.
And I like at least 3 of these by themselves. Quite a bit.
Like, we know we like 'em.
Yeah.
I know there's at least 2 in here I should like.
Yeah. Or have
So-
liked in the past.
Yeah. So
There's something going on.
something funky's happening.
Whether it was that whiskey that we had for the review or these cigars or something.
Or a combination
I
of
feel
both.
it was a
Something has made these,
combination.
has tainted these palates. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Something.
All right.
Because
Let me-
I'm on number 3 for my cigar. You're on number 4. Casey's
Yeah.
on number 800.
I'm on number 3. Thank you very much.
842. 2 of mine are really small for the record.
Fair.
I
fair.
smoked that little. Oh, are we going to. Casey, do you want to guess first
Oh, yeah.
before you wander back and.
Sure.
Before you meander down the road.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I only have one guess, and I was putting B at Makers.
See, I think C is makers.
Okay. Do you guys just want me to tell you what my guess is?
Yeah, what do you got? You're,
right, I got-
you're the most knowledgeable on this one, so.
Yes.
I got Makers is A,
Okay.
Rebel is B,
Okay.
Larceny is C, and Old Elk is D.
All right.
I only have a guess for B.
Yeah, I only had the makers was the only guess I could think of. I couldn't think
Dude,
of the other ones.
honestly, the only one that stood out with a real, like, A was a little bit nuttier than the rest of them.
Okay.
B was a little bit more butter than the rest of them.
Okay.
Butterier.
But buttery.
Got that out.
Butter.
C had some like darker fruit notes, which was the biggest standout of all of them. little bit of just a hint of cinnamon.
Okay.
And E had a ton of that, like, wheat funk for me that I get off of wheat whiskeys, not wheat bourbons.
Ah. Okay.
I don't know if those are right. Honestly, I could, like, I'm drawing at straws here. Like, I'm finding the smallest little nuance because I can barely taste any of these over that funk that this cigar is.
Yeah,
giving
I don't know what that is. It's so strange.
Like,
I-
there's some predominant, like, just sour note that's popping on all of them, and I'm sure it's because of the cigars.
It's the only consistency is we've all had the same cigar.
Yeah.
So it's got to be that cigar and these weeders
Yeah.
are just not compatible,
Something.
which is again a good top tip.
Yeah. Cigars and weeders. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Put it down.
And on that bombshell, no.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, the most unreliable car in the world is the most reliable car
In the world.
in the world.
Which car was that?
And on that actual bombshell, that was a Land Rover. That was a Discovery.
Oh,
No, it
yeah.
wasn't a Discovery. It was an actual Land Rover. The carbureted one.
The carbureted Land Rover?
Yeah, he thought it was fuel injected, and then they're like, "Those are carburetors." He's like, "The 4.0 was fuel injected." Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 3.6.
Wow. Okay. A is Old Elk.
Okay.
B is Larceny. C is the Rebel 10. And D is the Maker's Mark.
Okay.
Now. So, did you get any of those?
No.
Yeah. No,
The
this-
flavors just change so
they're
drastically
it's hard to explain.
with that.
like for C, the smell on C reminds me of Larceny, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, like C, what I get off C with this is the closest to the Larceny that I have when I drink it by itself.
Okay.
And that's the Rebel.
Yeah.
All right, so next time we'll try these without smoking first.
Yeah, these need to be tested again without smoking.
Like we know we like the Maker's Mark for sure.
Yeah. BEP is delicious.
Well, and I like the Larceny, but
Yeah, and the Larcenys are your
wheat
go-tos.
note on Larceny doesn't pop like it does with this, especially the 523, because the 523 doesn't have, it loses a lot of that, like, sweet nut characteristic that you get in the other Larcenys,
Oh, yeah.
and it's got a little bit more of like a, to me, it's got more of the Elijah Craig barrel proof note. Like it's, I don't know, it's got this sort of like high pitched funk to it.
Yeah, there's something
And you
going
can't pick, and honestly, I can't pick it up right now at all with this.
on. Huh. That's the strangest thing.
Yeah.
Strange.
Well, we gave it a try.
Fun experiment, though.
Yeah.
And we do these things so you don't have to.
Yeah, watch us suffer.
Did we just do consumer advice?
Yeah, wow. God, do I feel dirty for doing that. That's
You know, the thing is though, because I'd been smoking cigars before I tasted that Boo Rye, and that was still fantastic.
And that Boo Rye.
Oh, yeah.
So what you need to do is drive to Utah, pick up some
Well, if you're
Boo
gonna
Rye.
smoke cigars, drink
Yeah.
drink either a high rye bourbon or a rye.
Yeah. The rye seem to stand out. So do the finished ones, though.
Do not
Also,
taste the weeders.
so do the single malts.
Yeah, that's true.
Those single malts with cigars are
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Single malts were fine. They really brought out the flavor in those.
Yeah.
It's just these ones.
You know, it's worth noting this when we're offering stuff to people who are smoking cigars.
Yes. This is actually a good point.
I wonder what people are picking up on that Weller when we offer it to them after they've been smoking.
I've had the Weller after. I don't notice any change.
Really?
I think the Weller holds out.
Okay.
Although I haven't smoked them Mi Quiera and drank in Weller.
Could just be that Carita.
Could be the flavor, something in that cigar.
Yeah.
Strange.
Something about its flavor profile.
Or that broadleaf
Yeah.
Liga.
Liga.
Something.
Broadleaf Liga, Kappa, whatever. Could just be the oils that come out of that are just enough to alter the palate.
So I shot a new pistol today.
Was it nice?
Oh Oh my god, it was so nice.
Was it pretty?
This was a new Glock, right?
But it's no,
Don't say the G word.
I mean,
We don't shoot the G words on this fucking channel.
I do,
yeah. See,
but I didn't today.
Loser.
No, it was technology.
technology.
Yeah,
Technology.
it was the new CZ. Well, it's disco, and it's not new. It's actually isn't even made anymore. It's that
It's not new?
CZ97.
Wait,
CZ97.
so it's got bodies on it?
How do those two work together? It's
Well,
not made anymore.
it's
It's got bodies on it. How does that
you
work?
said it's not new, so that means you picked it up off the street. So it might have bodies on it. You just don't know.
No, because they haven't. It got discoed 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They stopped making it
Oh,
because
why?
So you're saying I need to go to
because
your uncle?
most European pistol manufacturers have stopped making 45. So this is the CZ in 45. They still make the same gun in 9 ish.
9 is non-useful.
Yeah, it is. It's fine.
No, it's not.
You can't suppress it though.
Yeah, but it kills the body. It doesn't kill the soul. If I'm shooting something, I'm taking the soul out of that motherfucker.
God. It's like you're descended straight from John Browning.
You know what? He did die on my birthday.
Yeah.
So,
Did he?
No, I don't know.
I'm about to say, what, you the reincarnation now?
I wish that'd be sweet. I should go to gunsmithing school. That'd be
I
fun.
actually shot 2 new guns today, but one of them wasn't mine. No, that CZ97 is fantastic. It's like the European version of a 1911. All metal body. It's going to last forever. Trigger's not as good as a 1911.
So it needs a trigger.
Literally everything else I would say is better.
Would you put like a nicer trigger in it?
No, it's hard. So the 1911, because this is a single action, double action.
Oh,
so the
shit.
trigger's always going to be a little bit garbage.
Yeah.
Just because the nature of the function.
Yeah.
And 1911s don't have that.
No.
No, you can't pull the 1911 trigger when the hammer's not cocked.
Right.
So it's only single action, effectively,
Yeah.
and actuated by the slide on every fire. I was trying to figure out what you would call that. But because of that, you can make a trigger that's just perfect. Because it's just the one, it just fires from the one position. It's crisp, it's clean, it's got a really short action. It's just great.
So once you get that slag up, it's
Yeah.
clean as a whistle.
Yeah, this is really clean once to get through the double action part when the hammer's drawn back, there's a lot of slack. But once you pull the slack in, after the actual like breaking of the trigger is really good.
Okay.
I mean it's really good.
Okay.
And I think this one's had some work done to it anyway. I don't think it's stock. But it's really nice.
How many rounds did you put down?
70.
Okay, and all through the 70, it was fine.
Yeah, no
Yeah, no
malfunctions at any
stovepipes, no
point.
nothing.
No failures.
Sweet.
It was well oiled, but no malfunctions of any kind. Super accurate.
I find the all metal guns prefer to be well oiled.
Yeah.
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 But once first magazine, dead center, but low, which was a function of the sight picture. So I just didn't know what sight picture to use with it because I hadn't fought it. This is literally the first time I'd ever pulled the trigger with a round in it. Pulled it up. It's like, oh, that's where the sight picture's at. Pulled it up, covered the target. All 9 of the rest of the magazine went through the 10 ring.
Nice.
And most of my rounds all day went through the 10 ring.
Nice.
When did you start straying from the 10 ring? Like later?
No. There's just a couple. I haven't been out in like 3 months. There's a couple strays. And they weren't strays by much, but, I'd miss off. Like, I'd pulled a little bit left about that far. Nothing huge.
Okay.
It's incredibly accurate. And the weight on it's just there's almost no recoil on it. It's just, for a 45, it's just...
Well, I know that you had that one problem where you were kind of pulling right on rounds.
Yeah,
for a while.
when I was first changing my grip... Left. When I was first changing my grip and relearning how to pull the trigger from a different position, because I rotated my grip, right? So I rotated my grip so when you're holding it, so I flattened my wrist out.
Yeah.
Because when I learned, you learned with a slightly canted wrist.
Yeah.
And then I rotated around like that, right? Like that, for the second position. And then you still cant it a little bit once you, like, move your hand over. But the idea is that the barrel of the gun matches the back of your hand.
Right.
So if you were to flatten out your wrist, it would match your whole arm. And when I was first learning to do that, because it moves where your finger's at on the trigger, I was pulling it
So where are you?
low and left.
What pad are you using? Like fingertip?
Like just inside
Okay.
inside section of the fingertip.
As you should.
Yeah. No, it's just because when you rotate it over, you have to pull your finger back a little bit. And I was compensating for it a little bit.
So you're more on.
But I've put a few thousand rounds down range with my hand in a different position. And now that's just reflex. But yeah, it's clean. I have the same gun in 9mm, but slightly compact. That's why I got this one, because I love the 9. It's great. And the other gun I shot today wasn't mine. Was a lever action Henry in 357, which there's just a thing about lever actions. They're just so fucking sexy.
They are.
They're just so and this one is beautiful. It's like wood furniture, like wood stock, wood handguard. It's got the octagon barrel, the heavy octagon barrel, brass fittings on everything, brass fitting on the buttstock. It's just fantastic. You look at it, you're like, I don't know if I should shoot that. I'm not even going to, but I don't know if I should. Yeah.
Going to. It's sexy. It's going to be even sexier to shoot.
Yeah. And it's a lever action. There's just something about
Yeah.
there's something about it. It just feels so cool.
Like you're back in a Western.
Yes. Like
Like you're John Wayne.
you're in a wagon cart, like part of a wagon train, riding shotgun. It's just like something about it. So much cooler than shooting like an AR.
I can believe that. The last lever action I shot was a 22, and
Yeah.
it was still nice to shoot. But I feel if it had that little bit more power, I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. My dad's got a 30-30 that I like a lot.
Oh yeah, you getting that? You trying?
I don't know. I'm not
Like,
trying.
Come on, Dad. Let me have it.
No.
Just a little bit.
I don't do that to my dad.
I know.
It's his weapons are his weapons.
Yeah. You'll get a chance with him soon, if he invites you.
But that lever action's nice.
Did you ever shoot the M1?
Yeah.
No, I've never shot my M1.
Where is it? You have it, right?
No, my dad's got it still.
Oh, you just haven't taken it out?
No, I haven't taken it out. I haven't got the chance.
Disappointing.
I know. It's the American hammer.
I mean, my guns are just sitting in their cases, like they haven't done anything either. So
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
for longer than I care to admit, they've been just
It's hard to get out,
yeah. It's
Hard to find the
especially
time.
lately. And then winter. I mean, most of the time you go down and shoot in the valley in the winter.
yeah.
This winter, forget about it.
The last winter was,
Same.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
2 feet of snow. You ain't getting out there.
Yeah.
Well, it was clear it was cold down there.
Yeah, so
Like
you're
cold.
shaking, so you don't have the proper, like, grip. Your sight picture's all over the place.
What am I doing?
I
out
can do
here?
this.
Yeah, let's shoot through the shivers. Okay.
Speaking of winter, ski resorts all starting to announce opening dates.
No,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no,
Yep. It's happening.
no,
Yep.
It's
no,
happening.
it's not. No, it's not.
Snowed in Colorado last
It's
week.
still fucking September.
Snowed in
haven't-
Colorado last week.
I'm going to miss out on getting a pass this year, and I know it.
Are you?
Yeah, because
How are you gonna miss out on getting a pass, bro?
I've been taking care of everything else, and it all takes money. I had to buy a new swamp cooler. That cost me
Oh yeah,
$1,200.
Yeah.
yeah.
I have to keep fixing things the kids break.
Yeah.
I'm
Break
just-
the kids.
The car, my wife's car went down. My car went down at one point. I bypassed the condenser, so I have no AC. But I mean, winter's coming, so who cares?
Dude, we gotta find a way to get you a pass this winter.
I'm gonna try. I think if I can pull it and pay off the card this coming week, this check, I can probably buy it then.
So here's the problem. Because I know more or less how many days you've got on the mountain from last winter. And this would be the winter where you get good.
Oh yeah.
And really start to enjoy the whole mountain.
If I could get the time, I could get real good. I think
Yeah.
not jump good. I ain't that. Not enough
Jumps,
balls
listen,
for that.
jumps, like forget the park jumps, right? That's a different thing. You got to go do that specifically. But jump like in the trees where you just start doing drops and little kickers, like it just happens. You'll be riding, like good powder day, tearing through the trees, and you'll just sort of see a little rise, and you realize that you're in, thigh-high powder. So how much could it really hurt? And you'll see a little kicker off a log. You're like, all right,
Ooh, someone's been here before. Let's do this.
I'm gonna try that.
Let's try this. My luck, I catch the log.
It's time to go extreme.
No, but I mean that's how it happens. Like that stuff, and then or you'll be riding again through the trees, and you'll come up on a section, and where like the previous season or like when you weren't as comfortable, you would have stopped and sort of like heel slid down it or something. You'll just let it go.
Once I get comfortable and good.
Yeah.
There's a point, even when you're just going down the center of the runs, like you know how you get, say, a week away from the storm and you start to get little rollers?
Yeah.
And like you go, like when you're first starting, you're making sure to go slow enough that you're rolling them or you're picking them up with your legs so you're absorbing it, not getting any lift.
I've learned I'm better at going speed instead of going slow.
Well, you get to a point, though, where you'll see those and you don't check your speed. And it doesn't throw you far. You're going to go 10 inches, 12 inches in the ground, just sort of natural off the ground. And it's going to carry you for 6 or 8 feet. And you just don't worry about it. You're like, all right.
I can land this. I got this.
And then all of a sudden you get braver and braver and braver.
Till you're hitting jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in the air and you're like, it's fine.
I can land this. Oh, there goes my leg.
And then you convert to the half pipe.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get there. I don't think I'll ever get
Well,
there.
I mean, you have to go, at this point in Tahoe, you have to go out of your way to find a half pipe.
Listen, the last time I hit a half pipe was on a bike, and that was when I was a kid. And I used to get it'd be pretty good. I broke quite a few frames from doing it, so I had to get an all steel frame.
Oh, dude, I was always too big for BMX bikes.
I wasn't.
Like, really quickly, I was too big for BMX bikes.
I can believe it.
I had a mountain bike by the time I was like, a full-size mountain bike by the time I was like 12,
But that's
11 or
what-
12.
That's why you do more off road for yourself.
Yes, this is why I downhill mountain bike.
Yep,
Because
downhill.
it's fun.
Well, not this year, though.
I haven't done it this year at
Yeah.
all. I will make it up to North Star at some point.
Before it snows,
Yes.
you
I
hope.
got another 6 weeks.
You think?
For the park?
North Star?
Yeah.
It's gonna close in September.
They usually close in October.
I know, but because
I think they're planning for a bigger snow.
I thought this was an El Nino year. We're not supposed to have any.
for some reason
I thought El Nino we got more.
closing at the end.
I thought Nina was the less snow.
Well, still, it's middle of October. That's 6 weeks. I'm good.
Yeah, we've got
Or
time.
middle of August. I'm good. I'll get up there. So El Nino can go either way. Casey, you doing all right over there?
Doing good.
All right.
I'm just thinking, which one is which?
El Nino.
El Nino is the wet
No.
season. El Nina is the dry season. Or
No,
is
no,
it...
no. Again, so we live right on the border either way.
Oh, okay.
So La Ninas are usually heavier winters south,
Okay.
north.
Oh, okay.
Yes, north. El Ninos are usually heavier winters south.
We are not meteorologists, for the record.
We are right on the line.
Is that just because the mountain range?
No, it's because where the jet stream falls.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they can be really big or really dry. It's rare that a La Nina year is dry for us, but it isn't necessarily better than average. It can be average. El Nino can be really dry. However, both, so 96, 97,
Yes.
El Nino.
Oh.
15, 16,
El Nino.
El Nino. Both of those were record winners.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if we're gonna have another El Nino this
Well,
year.
we're gonna have an El Nino, and it's gonna be larger than average.
Yeah, and I was,
It's going to be a substantial El Nino. The thing is, we don't know what that means for us because we live right on the line.
yeah.
Mammoth will probably get hammered.
I feel from our last one
Again.
we should have
Didn't they
around
just
the same
close?
if it's 2 years.
Yeah,
oh,
2 weeks
actually,
ago.
you know who closed on the 13th?
Who?
Mount Hood.
Really?
Yes. Apparently, The Oregon resort was the last one in the United States, and they closed on the 13th of August till the end of their ski season.
Well, isn't Bachelor open all year?
Not for skiing, though.
Every year? Yeah, for skiing.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know. I read an article, and they said this was the last one that was open.
The last one that traditionally closes.
Yeah, I got it.
I think Bachelor's open all year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Grab your boards. Let's go.
Don't tempt me. I've already started looking at my snowboard.
Already? Ooh. Did you even take the bike out?
Yes. Yes, I did.
2 times doesn't count.
Yes, it does. You said, did you even take the bike out? 1 time counts.
Nah, it doesn't count.
I mean, did you really take it out though?
Yeah, did you really did you send it? Did you
I didn't
put
take
yourself?
it. I didn't take it anywhere I need a bike rack to get to because I broke my bike rack.
Oh.
How'd you
Well,
manage that?
I broke the bike rack that would work on this car. The other bike racks I have that are on the top don't fit. Like the bars are angled just so the plastic clamps on the top racks won't lock down.
Oh.
That's sad.
It is sad. It's so sad.
So sad.
So, what? You have to disassemble the bike?
It won't do it. I can't.
Oh.
I don't have quick release.
Oh, you don't?
No, that shit, dude. The
Oh.
way that I ride, fucking that shit'll come free.
Just go off
It's
the jump.
separate on them.
That's the go off the jump and the wheel just keeps going.
I'd have to take off both tires to get it in my car.
Oh yeah.
My bike is massive.
That's right.
You
have
got 29?
Yeah, and it's an extra
big-
large. It's
Yeah.
big.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
What
I
was your
I
old
was
bike?
trying to think.
What's that?
What was your old bike?
A large.
It was a
It
large.
was too small.
27s.
27.5s, yeah.
I think this. I'm trying to think what Logan has. But
Logan, your roommate?
yeah, he's a mountain biker. He's been traveling the Indian Hills area.
Okay, there's some good stuff out there.
My kid's
Yeah,
that.
behind the
Clear
the-
Creek's. Clear Creek's out there. It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just tell him to look for that one.
He's got to go up to. Actually, you know where you get off to go to the golf course, coming up Spooner.
Yes.
That's where you drop in. You can actually drop in. You know the 2 parking lots that are opposing at the very top? One's on one side, one's on the other?
Yeah.
They're maybe like 50 yards apart. You can actually drop in there and go all the way down.
Okay. He's been dropping.
Well, he won't drop in because he's like, I got to pedal up.
Yeah, he's like, you got to earn the mountain.
Yeah.
But he goes up Jacks Valley Road,
Yeah.
and then I guess it's like right at the top there. There's a dirt parking area.
Yeah, that's Clear Creek.
Yeah,
It's the
and then
bottom of Clear Creek
That's
Trail.
so he does the bottom up to the top part of that hill right there, and then goes around there for a couple hours, and then works his way back.
Which one's the one, Genoa, with the switchbacks on the back? Is that
Oh, that's off of the top of the World Trail.
okay?
That's boring as shit.
okay.
It's just dumb.
I saw one guy going down a bike on that.
Yeah, I don't know
And
why people do that.
I was hiking it with the kids, and he was booking it,
It's such a terrible trail.
and I'm like, one wrong move, just
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you're okay.
That's like the Flume Trail. The Flume Trail is beautiful. It's on a cliff, just about. Overlooks the lake,
Yeah.
but it's just a big, beautiful green run. Like it's boring as hell. Great views, no challenge, no fun,
something just to
no jumps,
like
no
a
kickers.
relaxing
It's
ride.
like a warm up ride, or
It's not even a warm up ride. It's just a cruise. Like there's regardless of which way you go into it,
yeah.
there's a fair climb to get to it, which means there's a fair downhill either way. But the Flume Trail itself, like the part that everyone takes pictures of, they're like most famous mountain bike trail in California or whatever. It's fucking
It's that
garbage.
one.
Yeah.
So
It's just
it's
this,
the Emerald
it's just
Bay
this
of-
flat road. Like this, it's not road. It's flat, like slightly wider than single track. You just pedal.
So it's
That's it, just
it's
pedal.
the Emerald Bay of bike trails.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound fun at all.
No, it doesn't.
It's
sound,
not.
It doesn't sound fun.
Like listen, because I've had to do it a few times because friends come up and they're like, let's do the Flume Trail. And you're like, let's go do one of these other trails. It's really cool. And they're like, no, I want to do the Flume Trail. Like, you're like, all right, fine. We'll do
What
that.
you should say is, let's go do the choose your own path adventure in Utah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'd love to go ride Moab. Stuff
I'm-
out there is amazing.
I'm still thinking about going out there for my first responder wilderness course.
Oh yeah, you gonna do that?
I'm thinking about it. It's my
First-
my birthday weekend in October, so
First responder, what?
wilderness course.
Was it like just drop you out in the middle of the woods and
It's like a
see if you can live?
You got to learn medical aspect, and then you're the first responder if something were to happen in the backcountry. But they have it up here too, so I was thinking about doing it at the college, and it's another 5-day course, and they drop you in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
I think you do it with a small group,
Some days I'd like to do that.
just backpacking.
Yeah, just like like drop me off on an island for a couple of days. I think I'd be okay.
There used to be this old coot, Dave. I don't remember Dave's last name. He taught the wilderness survival course at the junior college up here for, I don't know, 130 years. Dave is one of the only people I've ever met in my life. You could drop him in the woods all alone 300 years ago.
Okay.
Would have been just fine.
Really?
Dude could, he would, sort of get on his back and, go up to the side of a creek. Be a little fish in the creek. He'd take his hand, slide it down, along the creek bed.
Just under the fish.
It would, tickle the fish's stomach.
Yeah.
And
I've
then
seen
would
that.
just go
Yep.
and grab the thing out of the water.
Yeah,
Be
crikey.
like, you, what?
He's pretending to
No.
be the plant.
Yeah.
Tickle, tickle,
I've
tickle.
No, I've learned from an aquarium. Fish are like dogs, like to be petted.
yeah.
Which also means they like belly scratches and chin rubs and
Not being eaten.
not being eaten by other bigger animals than them.
Yeah, except he was going to eat that fish for sure.
Well, no, he was, but kind of works out.
He did wilderness survival too. He was a kook. Really friendly, but he's a kook.
See, I would have loved to meet him.
Yeah.
They're like, take me out there, train me.
Let's go.
Oh, God. He retired 15 years ago.
You say he retired, but he's still going and doing it probably.
Oh, I'm sure he's still out there.
It's like just laying down. Here,
Yeah.
fishy, fishy, fishy.
No, I knew some people that could do that. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It requires a level of patience that not even I have. I can be patient, but not that patient.
Yeah. He was interesting.
Yeah.
You're like, I could breathe. That's about it. When I'm getting ready to shoot. That's my patience.
We need to
Sniper.
get you back out there.
I know. I need to go and
You have a pistol you need to shoot.
I know. I gotta throw some rounds down the 45.
You got a new one?
Well, it's new to me.
Well, yeah, you've never shot it, so I mean,
No, I have not. Well, I have shot it.
Yeah, you shot it with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually the one thing I like about it is it's technically the first pistol I've ever fired.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was the first one because we went out shooting. It was like the first time I ever fired a pistol. So it's cool that I have it now.
Yeah.
There's nostalgia there.
I like that gun.
I don't think
I like it enough, and Logan liked it enough that he went and bought the new one. So
Did he? You got the XDM?
he has the newer XD. I guess this is the M. And
Well, there's the XDM, the XDS. I doubt he bought that.
he has the 9mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you got the 9mm.
That's my sister has the XDM subcompact in 9.
How's she like that?
It's a decent little gun.
It's decent for subcompact.
I think she wishes it was the single stack they make now. The not the Shield. That's the M&P. The Hellcat.
Okay. I'm still thinking about that one.
The Hellcat.
Yeah.
Dude, the Hellcat and the Shield always test really well.
I was looking at that one and then the subcompact P365, I think it was.
You want to shoot that? I own it.
Yeah, I know you do. I think I've shot it once before.
That
I just want to know how the hell
that's not even a subcompact. That's a micro. Best micro I've ever shot. It's fantastic.
Seeing that I've shot it once with you, and I remember it, and I liked it, and then I'm like, how's the Hellcat shoot? I would like to shoot that.
The only thing I don't like about the Hellcat is it's still got that safety bar on the back strap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't care for that.
Hey, that saved that lady from getting shot.
Oh, the one of that class, dude.
Favorite class ever.
Have I told that story on here?
No, you've not told
Oh
that
my
story
God. Most
at all.
terrifying thing I've ever seen in a CCW class. Right? Absolute kook teaching this class to begin with. So we go through the class time, which is like 4 hours. We go out to the range. No range table. He's like, everyone just put a bunch of ammo in your pockets. All right, well, that doesn't sound like the way we should be doing this, but whatever.
This is the way.
Ammo in the pockets. This is the way. Ammo in the pockets. We go out. we just stand in a line, sets up some targets. And so you go through, and he's doing the usual, like calling out, all right, so we're going to do, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, fire. 1, 2, 3, fire. So we're going to do a bunch of, like, random drills. He's not going through any of the actual meaningful. Well, I guess the timing stuff is meaningful and it matters. Like, you have to get used to it. So we're out there. We go through the first magazine. It's like, everyone reload. So my hands are big enough. I've got the gun here pointed this way and the magazine here. And I can load it with my thumb while holding the gun. And I figured out. And I look over. And this lady has it under her arm, pointed backwards. And she's loading her magazine. Which I'm not entirely comfortable with. But, it's her arm.
It gets
okay.
worse.
It's okay.
And so I'm kind of watching this. I've loaded my gun, and I put it down at,
Dead fire ready.
Yeah. Just kind of waiting. And I'm watching her do this thing. And so then she gets her magazine loaded, and she takes the gun out from under her arm. And you can tell that she can't figure out exactly how she's going to do this because the gun is in the wrong hand. And so she's like fidgeting around with it. And her answer, she takes the magazine in the same hand as the gun, grabs the gun over the top like this, turns it upside down, buries the muzzle in her chest. At this point, I think I'm sweating. I'm incredibly nervous. Puts the magazine on top and goes, good. And about here, I'm pretty sure is where I screamed. She could have died, like literally, legitimately.
The number of accidents that could have happened at that moment.
I waved the instructor over, and I'm like, I think we need to go over exactly how we're going to do reloads without a range table. And he's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, she almost died. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, no, it was fine. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Nope, not fine at all. Nothing about that was fine. All bad. All bad. Yeah.
Still passed.
Oh, my God.
Oh, but dude, there were so many random things. Like, later, she's shooting. Mind you, the only way she passed is with a red dot. Because the gun's too high in her hands, and she's got it kind of like this. It was.
So he didn't teach basic stance or any of that.
He taught nothing.
What? No, why would you teach that?
So she's here, I'm here, other ladies here. Neither of these two ladies have ever shot before. And they're getting a CCW. She's getting hit with brass from the lady that's the next spot over. And I see her out of my peripheral vision. Again, I've already fired. I'm down at low ready. And she starts to drift back with the gun still like
Up.
out. And I look over and I go, no, up here. And she's like, but I'm like, don't care. Up here. Yeah. Where I can see you.
I want eyes on.
Don't
at
you
all
dare
times.
stand behind me.
Yeah.
You are in front of me for the next 10 hours. And I never want to see you again afterwards.
That was by far the squirreliest experience I've ever had on a range.
See, and I wish you would have gotten pictures so I know what they look like, so I know if I enter a store and see them, I can leave.
Right now, today, that lady is walking around with a handgun in her purse.
And it's terrifying to
That's
think about.
terrifying.
Yeah.
She has no business with that weapon.
Yeah, that's scary.
It was bad. And listen, I've been muzzle flagged by people with live rifles on the range in Carson. I stopped going to Carson, and this was scarier than that.
Yeah, because she basically flagged herself as well.
Dude, that's more than flagging yourself. Like, I don't know what that is.
Was it cocked back already?
Yes.
It was. Yeah, wasn't it? It was backwards.
Yeah, no, it had locked back. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And he passed them. And he was like, well, if I don't think you can handle your weapon safely, I won't pass you in this class.
And you're like, Did you not see this?
Whoa.
Lies. All lies.
All lies.
Easiest class ever.
Ever. And listen, if if you want to know where to go to get a non-resident CCW in Nevada, whether or not you know how to shoot, I can point you in the right direction. I will never take a. I will not research through that guy.
But
Probably smart.
we're taking your photo first, so we know who you are. So we know to
Oh.
stay away.
Oh my god.
That's
Listen, I'm all for people's rights to own and carry weapons,
Yes.
yeah.
but let's know how to use them.
Take
Yeah.
the proper training.
Take,
Oh, it
take
was
the training.
It
yeah.
was bad.
Like I said, proper training.
Oh my! And then we had to go back to the class. This guy's like, "Well, it's got to be 8 hours." I'm like, "Does it? We've already broken all the other rules."
Yeah. How about you just sign this piece of paper? It says we were here for 8 hours and
Yeah.
we'll go on our merry way.
I'm gonna
Take
go
the
about my
money.
business.
Yep, and that's it.
Oh my
And
god.
that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah. Oh, dude, some of the stuff he was telling stories about, like that can't. There's no way that's real. 100% no way that's real.
Which one?
I kind of want to know these stories.
What story?
Oh, dude, he had one story. He was, he's first of all, dude's like, well, I can put 10 rounds in a quarter group at 50 yards with a 45. And I'm like, no, you can't. Go fuck yourself.
I'm like, you can't even do that, and you're good at it.
Listen, I'm not like Jerry Micklick or anything, but I'm pretty talented with a pistol.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Not at 50 yards.
Wow.
No. He was talking about he's out there training with he's training some federal agent guy, all proud that. So he's basically like, his appeal to authority is that he's training someone who's supposed to be an expert shooter. And he's like, well, so what I did is I got on the range and I was releasing balloons and having him shoot the balloons. I'm like, so wait, you were downrange while this guy was firing balloons? And he's like, well, but it was safe. And I'm like, but you were downrange with someone firing live ammunition. He's like, well, but you don't understand the situation. I'm like, no, I think I do. You outlined the schematic fairly well. And what you're telling me is you're a moron.
Downrange. Releasing balloons.
I just, oh, wow.
Listen, he's zoink. Nah, I can't do that to Zoink.
Yeah.
There's the haves and the have-nots.
But he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I think it's been 10 years since I missed a point on a qualification.
A single point.
Yeah, that's what he told us.
Highly doubtful.
Right?
That's statistically impossible.
I mean, I was pretty proud of mine. I think it was out of 300, and I think I got a 292. And I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I haven't missed a point in 10 years. I'm like,
Prove it.
funniest thing. So there is no need for offhand, on hand. The only thing that the Nevada regulations say for qualifying in a CCW is you have to fire a certain number of rounds from 3 different distances, right?
Yep.
I think one of them does have to be one-handed. Doesn't matter which hand. And he's got us doing like the old FBI stance, like sideways. And then for the third round, we actually had to shoot cup and saucer.
Oh.
I legitimately felt dirty. I was like,
Oh, it's just gross.
oh, what do I do with this? This is terrible. Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't tell you to bend a bullet.
That's easier than using cup and saucer.
Dude, I can't tell you the last time I shot cup and saucer. I was probably 12.
See, that's when you just pull out. You just go sideways. And go. I'm more of a cup man myself.
Yeah. Like I felt like seriously, Howard the Duck at the end of whichever Marvel movie that was. Gross.
Gross. Yeah.
That was a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah. No, it's,
No, it's just,
you want me to send the report? Or I'll send a report. No worries.
just so fucking kooky.
Hopefully he's not still in business.
He is. He's got a shop. He's retired. The shop's paid for. He's just there. It's on the back end of his son's engineering firm. It's out on Johnson.
That's
It's out on
an
Johnson
accident
Lane.
claim waiting to happen.
Oh my God!
What?
Bad. Before someone fucking pipes in the comments, God forbid, and they're like, "That's defamation. You can't say that." Like, no, it's not.
We have not said the name or anything else.
No. You know what the number one rule of defamation is? The truth cannot defame. I was fucking there. And it was bad. Yeah.
But isn't it hearsay?
No, I'm not in court.
Oh.
And it wouldn't be hearsay if I was testifying to what happened because I was the witness. Hearsay means someone's so hearsay would be like you testifying in court to what I said.
Oh.
That's hearsay.
Oh. Okay. Well, I hearsay I seen it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I say, now I say.
now
it wouldn't-
I seen it.
It wouldn't be hearsay for me because I was there. I saw it happen.
So it's just say, not hearsay.
And you yelled.
It's just testimony.
Oh, testimony. Big word.
I legitimately, I'm fairly certain, like, a half second, like, Ren and Stimpy scream came out. Like, legitimately saw the hand come down on the magazine with the muzzle buried in her chest and went, ah!
Insert Wilhelm scream.
That would have been her if it went off.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't at that class.
That's the kind of person you're like, so do you buy Acme rounds or is that just not a thing anymore?
Oh, my God. And the same dude's like, I'll fail you if you bring a weapon into class with ammunition. What did they do? Not just with ammunition, in the gun.
Loaded. Ready to go.
Like,
No.
And got passed.
and it passed.
And successful.
Well, the other girl had a Hellcat. And the Hellcat has the little secondary trigger.
Yeah.
With the bar that blocks it, so you have to pull it in and then pull it back.
I don't know if I like that.
I mean, for most people, it doesn't matter. So she's shooting left-handed because he's got us doing offhand work. And she can't pull the fucking trigger back. Now, this guy knows every weapon ever known and has been teaching firearms for, 300 years.
Yes, since they've been invented.
Literally, like new John Browning.
I fired the 50 cal when it
I
came
was
out.
I was friends with the Colt brothers before they were making guns.
And she's like, I can't get the trigger back. And he's like, well, you're just going to have to. And she's like, it just won't pull. I can't get the trigger back. And he's like, well, I guess you're just not strong with your left hand. So it's okay. Shoot with your right hand. And I'm watching this go down. I go, her finger's too high on the trigger. And he goes, what? And I go, her finger's too high on the trigger. She's not engaging the trigger safety when she pulls it back. And he looks at where her finger is on the trigger. And he's like, oh, yeah. You need to lower your finger on the trigger. Are you the instructor or am I?
You are.
'Cause
You just didn't know it. That's when you're supposed to call clear and safe.
Look,
On a whole range.
I mean, I taught range safety for 3 years in ROTC, so it's not hard.
No, it's not.
It's a very easy course. It takes about 25 minutes, and it makes everyone feel a lot better
well, you know what makes range safety a lot easier?
when there's a range officer.
When you're competent.
When there's a range table,
Yeah, okay, that would probably help.
right?
So
Would-
you're,
Like,
Would
let's
you-
start with the basic tools.
Would you accept a range stool?
I'm curious. He's off of Johnson Land. I'm guessing he went to the sand pits out there.
Yep.
Yep. Was you passed by the car, or were you right there with the car?
No, we passed by the car.
Okay.
We were out there in that little, like, dugout cove thing.
Yeah, I know where you're.
Yeah.
Yep. Not arranged at all.
No. Well, technically, you're allowed to fire out there.
I mean,
it's
it's
safe.
anywhere in
Nevada.
Nevada.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
Nevada, yeah.
You pull off the side of the road as long as you point in a safe direction.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
clear.
Nevada's an ancient word for firing range.
That's right.
No. I mean, like, that part was fine. But let's set up a fucking 6-footer, like a foldable 6-footer out there. So people have a place to set down their weapons and reload their magazines. He's got people reloading ammunition out of their pockets.
What you should do next time is just take a table with you and unfold it in front of him. Oh, look, range table.
Oh, my God.
Magic.
I mean, I have a portable fold table if you need one.
You're like, I got this
He
for
did.
$4. Got this for $4 at a yard sale. You can have the one that we have.
Well, did you buy everything else
My
on
dad
it?
doesn't want it anymore.
Oh,
It's got a little bit of paint on it and it's broken in.
Listen, call Kentucky. He's got plenty. Little used. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever want to go that way. And I want to know when his classes are, so if I drive down that road, I'm safe.
Oh,
You don't want to
dude.
catch a stray bullet on the road? Yeah.
No, because I'll catch the bullet going through her. And then I have to be worried about diseases.
Oh, I just won't listen. I like the Gardnerville range because almost everyone that goes out there knows what they're doing.
Well, even like the new people, they take advice pretty well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and all the people out at the Gardnerville range, for the most part, are willing to call out range hazards to newbies.
Yeah, we've done it a couple of times.
Yeah, but other people do it too. So, like, you've got a bunch of people who are aware of what's going on.
Yes.
And Carson now has a range master.
Oh, so you feel safer going back now?
I haven't been back since to Carson.
But one day you go out there, no range master.
No, they always have a range master.
Now?
You can't even bring your own. You can bring your own paper targets, but you can't bring your own target frames or steel
Okay.
Oh,
because
okay.
they have all that shit set up out there now.
Oh,
like
so
it's a
that's-
fully built out range now.
Oh, that's
Oh,
dope.
nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice.
When are
And
we
this
going,
is,
Casey?
And there's a couple of the shops that do their qualifications out there with the range master.
Is this? Did they build the hut out there you can buy stuff at?
I don't know. I haven't been out there since they built it up.
Oh, I think they built a hut you can like purchase some of the stuff that you need.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
believe it.
like a little kiosk kind of thing, and you can get like ammo and
Hearing
like
protection.
paper targets if you want.
My dad's done a couple of his classes out there. He says it's nice.
Oh, I would be willing to go out there and see what it's like,
Yeah.
especially because they have that distance range.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
We should go out there.
Although I think it's only 300 yards now.
That's all right.
It used to be 5.
I know.
I don't know why they gave back the other 200 yards.
Probably for the landfill.
Yeah, probably.
If we want the big bore range, we gotta go to Reno.
Yeah, or Smith Valley.
Didn't you and Will go out there once?
To Smith Valley? No.
No. What was that one that you guys went out to? Was that
Those two went out to whatever
Boca.
Boca,
Boca.
the reservoir up in Truckee.
Boca. Yeah, that's
how's that one?
That
I know
one's-
you had to
there's
lug
noth-
your stuff.
well. The first time we didn't. First time the gate was open, you could drive to it. I went out there before they opened the summer gate, and I had to ruck in everything. That was a bitch.
Yeah.
But I like shooting out there if you don't mind being out in the sticks. Because it's out there for one. I mean, they have a table and some areas, but that's it. Like, there's no.
At least they have a table.
It's like a metal table, and then it's like 2 picnic tables for one area, and then it's like a metal table, and then it's like 2 rifled tables with a little seat that you can sit at that are made out of wood, and then another picnic table.
I'm guessing people built that there.
And I think the park built it there, or someone did, but it's cool. Like, clearly people bring stuff out there you would not get away with at other ranges.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot, like, you walk around, you go, oh, I didn't know you could shoot at propane cans. Oh, you're not supposed to. Oh, okay, I know what's going on out here.
I think that's where we're going. Well, if you go to the sand pits, in the
Although
back of
I
Gardnerville,
will
same thing.
admittedly, I went out there by myself when I was out there, and I did the walk and shoot with my pistol. Just for shits and giggles, because there was nobody else out there. I was like, I'm not technically breaking any rules.
I mean, it's good practice.
Yeah, I know.
it
It's
was
something
fun.
it's something that you should practice.
It was fun.
And there's not really. There used to be a walk and shoot range in Carson. I don't know if it's still there.
I don't think so. I still want to get that land to build our own. Just out
I
there off the
want-
pine nuts.
Yeah.
Get a nice area where it's surrounded by hills.
When I win the lottery, okay. When I win the lottery,
You gotta play.
I'm telling you right, I got a plan. All right. Indoor range, indoor shoot house, cigar lounge, bar,
I don't know about
bar
the
for
bar.
after.
all in one area. Bar you have to do after. No alcohol-y area, but a nice little, just like man ranch.
And
You
you
probably have to have a range safety officer giving people tickets that they put all their weapons away.
That's perfectly fine.
have them stored before they go
Yeah,
into the bar.
no, that's perfectly fine. But the whole kit bag and caboodle, just one big area. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be nice. And Nevada, you could do it in, I don't know,
Anywhere.
about a million different places.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah.
And it would be popular because people would be like, "Oh, this is the most Nevada thing we've done. Let's go."
And then you have an outdoor shoot range
Well, you got to
Where you
have a
could take a
patio.
50.
Yeah, you got to have a patio, of
or a
course.
Tommy.
A patio. Maybe we offer a driving range.
Let's call it.
Oh, what?
I think I'm done.
That was a good one though.
If you made it this far,
If you made it this
like,
far,
comment, subscribe.
Yeah, that's right.
Please.
Push the fucking subscribe button.
All right.
We will
Please
appreciate
and thank
it.
you.
And, thanks for watching.